My name's Tom Baker, and I am a combat vet from Vietnam. Grew up around the military. Both my older brothers went in when they graduated from high school. The Vietnam War was going on hard when I graduated in '66, and I was just 17, and my mom wouldn't sign for me to go in, so I had to wait a little while, and I went in when I was 18. I wanted to be a warrior. My brothers were, one was an MP and the other one was Army intelligence. I wanted to carry a weapon. I wanted to jump out of airplanes. I wanted to go get the bad guys. I went to Vietnam when I was 19. Killed my first human being when I was 19. Got shot down out of the sky the first time when I was 19. Put my first American soldier in a body bag when I was 19. I had to go from this gung-ho guy to somebody that pretty well knew that he wasn't going to make it and wanted to take as many of them with him as he could. You get hard. You have to stay alive. You get hard and you'll kill. It's one of those things to where you don't get over that easily. I was in my last firefight 3 days before I shipped out. How do you open your eyes and you're back on the streets and you just come from hell? It's kind of sad. My dad fought in a good war. You know, they saved the world, and ticker tape parades and flowers, and they threw bags of dog shit at us and spat on us. And I had lost my best friend over there, and I really hurt me. I'm still not over it. But America's getting over it a little bit, so I'll take that. But when you come back, and I was kind of proud, got out, and I'd been awarded a few things, but you just put that in the box and slide it in the back. You never wore these things or anything. So 35 years later, finally America starts saying, well, maybe we made a mistake and should have treated them better. But 40 years probably before I realized that there was something wrong and I needed to get help. We all had problems, but we didn't know we had problems. We thought anger was just part of our personality, and that's the way it was. My father was in World War II, and he had PTSD. My mother was a orphan. She was put in an orphanage when she was 8. Was there 4 or 5 years. She had PTSD. Nobody knew what the hell it was. So I grew up in that environment, and it was tough on us boys. And I wanted to be a better father. And my father was a good guy, but I wanted to be a better father than my father. You hide that PTSD, and it stays in the back of your head, and it's kind of like the birds in a barn. They flutter up in the attic, and every once in a while they come out. Certain sounds set you off, certain smells. You react different. Time heals all wounds, and wounds all heals. So eventually, in the right circumstance, when you've got somebody that you love and that you can care for and talk to and cry on their shoulder, then that gives you a little peace of mind, heals you a little bit. But that's a reason why we shouldn't have wars, because, I don't care if you won or lost. There's a price. It comes at a price. You keep it all inside, and it will eat you alive, and it'll eat your family alive. That's the thing that was kind of explained and taught to me through the first counselors. You got to be willing. And the writing helped me. It really did. Once I kind of got over the shock of bringing the memories back, it helped. It was kind of like telling the stories. So, but you can't keep it bottled up. And the counseling tries to get you to open up about stuff. And some people really struggle with that. I've had many veterans come up to me and say, Baker, how can you tell all of that? How can you tell people that? And I look them in the eye and I say, I've got to. I promised myself that I owed my friends that. So it ain't easy, but I have to do it. It's part of my mission. So, in our last little interview, I told you I almost blew my brains out, even though I was married to the sweetest, kindest person in the world. You know, the demons are screaming that I didn't do enough, hadn't done enough, lost friends. But there were other voices there. I think voices of my friends that said, hell no, Baker, you hung your ass out in combat. You did all you could do. Get out there and tell the story. The VA is doing a much better job. They've got the program that Marshall Lee talked about, Riding for Healing. It's a tremendous program, and it really helps veterans and their spouses and their kids understand the veteran a little better. And if he or she can get understood, then it helps keep the demons at bay. If I had to tell a young veteran, listen to older veterans, understand. You know, when I was young, I thought I was saving the world from communism, you know, the domino effect. But once you get in combat, what you're doing is saving this guy here and this guy here, and maybe taking care of yourself. But your buddies are what you're after to help. So talk to some veterans and at least listen to them. You may not understand. You may not have been in long enough or been in a firefight or whatever, but listen to them would be my advice.